when you speak of like ambiences, I remember there's like actual Zenkino Terror songs where there's like just like ambiences, and then we just have like that piano chord hitting with like the vocals shimmering over them. So they went from the same sonic palette here.
Yes,
the same sonic palette is applied, and obviously TAC came before Terror and Resonance. It's like a 9-year difference, I think.
Oh yeah,
but like I really like the idea when Watanabe said like the initial image of the show came like drawing from listening to Sigur Rós, where you have like those two children on a pile, like looking at rubble, and that's like, okay, I really understand that more, because like it's really funny. When I was recording this last episode with you, I was like, oh, like Terror Resonance is the reason why I went to visit Iceland. And now I came back from Iceland and I get it. I get it, because when you're out there and you do, like, I did the whole spin of the country. I went from north to south, got in the van, did the whole thing. Lovely experience. And there's like a lot of areas with just like rocks for miles and miles, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like every stop is a new planet. It's incredible. And I feel like ambience is an ambient music only stems and exists and performs well because of that.
Yeah, well, especially because in this album, in Sigur Rós's talk, it's an album where it has a very naturalistic sound palette, right? It's very like it's very airy. It feels like you can hear the leaves falling when you're listening to some of these songs, and the water
super crispy in the high ends. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. But there's something where it's naturalistic in this, but also in its built of ambient scapes. Because I'm not sure if you've listened to some other works, but each album has its own palette and its own kind of sound, and some of them go in more intense and more synthetic or more built aesthetics. In this one, it really feels like, with the horns and with the choices of arrangements, they've really created like a lot of pieces of music, like a lot of pieces where a lot of the ambience, everything flows very naturally, very well together, and everything is allowed its proper space. Where some other albums, they have elements that kind of come in to throw you off a little bit, contradict a little bit. But in this one, I feel like all of the pieces this is kind of almost Sigur Rós's pop album in a way, like compared to some of their other works where the melodies are very pretty and everything is super made pretty to fit very nicely together. And I think, you were mentioning the image of the two kids, like, again, there's a childlike wonder to this album, which I think if I were to rank the Sigur Rós albums just on pure which one makes me think of like eating oatmeal at my grandma's place, this is the album. You know what I mean? This is the one.
Eating oatmeal at my grandma's place.
This is it, right? This is the one where you're like, oh yeah, you do that, and then she goes to take me sleighing. Like that's it. This is the album for that. But I think that's perfect for Terror, because like I said, Terror has a lot of flashbacks, and what happened in their childhood is what carried them all the way to the point of the story. So I think there's something where dealing with like creating this ambient, this sound, and which is nostalgic, but also a bit melancholic, also a bit like nostalgia is a bit sad, right? It's the kind of thing where you love that you don't love that it happened in the case of Terror, it's tough, but it's something where like people feel nostalgia for things that were good, also for things that were bad, because there's those feelings that you have for when you were younger, and you're remembering the good through the bad and the good, all this. But there's something where I feel like when you're dealing with like nostalgia, there's an inherent sadness to it. So I know we'll talk about this, but in Sigur Rós, because it really captures the childlike wonder, but in Terror, there's a flip to it where both have childlike nostalgia, but one of these projects has more wonder and the other has more melancholy, a bit more
Destruction.
darkness.
Literal destruction.
You know?
I think you're being too soft when you say melancholy. Destruction. The other one is literally about destruction.
Yes.
It's like one's just like we have an optimist and we have a pessimist here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like